Hello folks, I'm just shirtless right now, and you might be wondering why. I didn't even check my hair to see if I'm looking acceptable for a video like this, but I decided, oh, that's the dishwasher running, don't mind the noise. I'm going to do a video similar to the Cooking with Dave videos, and I already started, so bear with me, but I'm sous videing the ribeye, and I know you can cook more than meat in here, but I got done working out and that's what I want to do. So I've got a boneless ribeye in here, and I seasoned it with salt and pepper and rosemary. I put rosemary on both sides. I put a dash of bitters in there, which I find has been pretty good with meat lately, and a little bit of peppercorns that I pulled out from the pickle jar. And we have this sealed in here. I'm going to keep that on there so it doesn't float away. I don't want to have to swim out to get my meal. And we're just cooking this at 129 degrees, so it should be between rare and medium rare-ish. I did 2 hours since it was frozen. So while that's going, we still have about an hour to go in either side. So I think I'm going to make some cauliflower. This stuff is already pre-grilled. You just have to heat it up, which I'm going to do. But I'm also going to make a cheese sauce with it, a beer cheese sauce, basically. Now the main ingredients are you need a beer. I probably won't be using the whole thing since it's only for myself. Some shredded cheese, and I'm going to put some freshly grated Parmesan in there to give it some bite. And normally I make this with cream cheese, but we don't have any, so I'm going to try with a dollop of Greek yogurt in there instead. I think that should do the trick. Shush, cat. What do you want? You can't have any cheese. Shush. You can't have cheese. Go catch a mouse. So let's start making our sauce. I've got a beer here. We're really not going to put too much because, like I said, I'm not making a lot of cauliflower. Thought I had a smaller pot too, but I don't know where it went. So we'll throw, looks like that's about a third of the beer in there for enough cauliflower for a person. And we have it on about medium heat. Don't want it to get too hot, just enough to get everything incorporated. So normally this is where we would add some cream cheese, but I'm just going to add some yogurt here. And hopefully this will still do the trick. You know, we're going to wait until the yogurt's all melted in there and the beer really starts to bubble before we add the cheese. So that's pretty much what we want to see there. And now I've got my grated Parmesan and other cheese that I've got here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of this stuff at a time. This is a Fiesta Mexican blend for all those Hispanics out there. And we've got it on kind of a light heat now, a little lower than medium. I'm just going to slowly add it in. Oops, I'm making a mess. Actually, let's get some Parmesan in there too. Start incorporating this in here a little bit. Beer, really, you can use any beer you want. I find something with a slightly sharper texture or flavor tends to work pretty well. I like my beer cheese sauce to be tangy. I can already see that we're missing some of that cream cheese. Hopefully this will just reduce a little bit and be alright. So after a few minutes it has started to thicken up a little bit, so that's good. I've added some fresh cracked black pepper, and this is an ingredient I like to use in the kitchen a lot. It's Jamaican pica pepper sauce. It's good for a lot of things. It kind of has a little steak sauce taste to it, but just like to add a little dollop, and that's a little more than I probably should have, but it just gives it a nice savory kick. Well, let's add our cauliflower to this. So we've got our grilled cauliflower here. It came out of the toaster oven nice and crispy. And let's just add it into this, incorporate it into the sauce. Like I said, there's really not much cauliflower, and I made too much sauce, but that's a good problem to have, too much sauce. So we're just going to let this sit in here and soak it up. We'll put it on the back burner, put the heat on low. Alright, let's stop this machine and see what this steak looks like. Pull it out of the bag. So this is what our steak looks like out of the bag and patted dry. It smells really good, like rosemary. So the next step is we're going to heat up this cast iron skillet as hot as we really can. It's going to be really fucking hot. And let's season this with some more salt and pepper. So this pan is really hot now. It's starting to smoke from the oil I had on there before. And I like to use butter. It doesn't splatter as much. We're just going to melt this, and then we're going to throw the steak right on top of it. Hopefully this is hot enough. Put that right on top. And let's just throw these rosemary sprigs in here. Oh shit. Oh, where is it? Throw that on there, just so we don't make that much of a mess. Since we cook this rare to medium rare-ish, we don't want to sear it for too long. So about a minute per side is really all it needs. And the butter I use is Kerrygold grass-fed butter from all the way from Ireland. Very good butter. I like the taste. So let's see what that's looking like. Might flip it a little. And that's looking good too, but let's go ahead and just flip this now. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a crust forming. Probably could have used another second or two there. Smells pretty damn good. I'm going to put this down for one moment to sear it aside. So we have our steak. It's not the thickest crust, but that's kind of what you get when you're making a sous vide thing like this and then heat it up quickly on the stove. It's not like barbecue or a grill where you develop a nice thick crust. Our cauliflower with cheese sauce. Let's see what this looks like. So we cut through this and it's pretty tender. It's got a alright color all the way through there. It looks like a little bit of banding up at the top, but just garnish it with a little bit of pepper, and then I like this Alaska Pure sea salt with Sitka spruce tips. It's a little known fact that Sitka spruce tips are the only known spruce tip to grow in the Sitka region. So we'll put a little on there, and we're going to have some wine as well. And I like these Weeble glasses. They aerate it a little more. We've got a Castle Rock Peanut Nor Vintage 2012. It's a good one, since the world was supposed to end then. Let's see what this tastes like. Hints of berries, cherries, earthiness. Well, let's take a bite. I know I'm still shirtless, and I intend to keep it that way. Well, I do have to say it is very good. It's melt in your mouth tender. Hard to cut and film at the same time. And I got a piece of fat here. Let's see if I can... Oh, yeah, it came right off. So there's our meat here. And here's an action shot of me eating this. Very tender. You can really taste the rosemary. Seasoned well, too. I'd say this is a pretty good sirloin. And the cheese sauce didn't come out that bad anyway, not using cream cheese. You still get the nice roasty taste of the garlic or cauliflower. The beer comes through a little bit. Nice tang. And goes down well with that wine. So, bon appetit. This has been Cooking with Dave in Utah.